Hi guys, my name is Axie. I wanted to talk to you about the Japanese relaxer called Liscio hair straightening. I wanted to make this video because a lot of people on YouTube, they don't really talk about much of what a lot of people would have questions about. A lot of the things that I had questions about before I got the treatment. So I just wanted to make the video to cover some of the things that I had questions about that I'm thinking maybe a lot of other people might have questions about, excuse me, and then they just don't have the answers. So if you want to get the Japanese relaxer and you're wondering, is this a good choice or anything like that, I definitely do recommend it. This is just my second day. I got the Japanese relaxer yesterday. So far, I really love it. My hair is really silky and shiny and flowy. And this is just on blow-dried hair. Now, after she blow-dried it, she did go through with sections about this big and run the flat iron through one time. She did not run the flat iron through small sections, and she did not run the flat iron through more than once. Like I said, each section was just big like this, and she just ran it through one time. And she did trim my hair. Oh, and by the way, I did go to Clara in Envy Me Hair Salon in Orlando, Florida. It was very fair price compared to a lot of places. I've heard a lot of reviews and a lot of people saying, they paid almost $1,000 for it. And there's one salon that I went to first that when I went to go get a quote of how much it would cost for my hair based on my thickness and length, and the guy was going to charge me $600. She charged me pretty much half of what a lot of people paid for theirs. She was really nice, really good, really attentive. She made sure that I had something to eat. She made sure that I had something to drink, because the process took 5.5 hours. And I'll just kind of show you my hair. She did trim off about what looks like about an inch, or probably like maybe 2 inches, I think. So for the process, usually they say they want to do a consultation, but because I live an hour and a half from where her salon is located, I couldn't just go in for a consultation and then go back, to make the appointment. And that's what I told her when I called, and she said, that's okay. You can make the appointment, come in, we'll look at your hair, do a strength test, and then I will do the appointment if everything is good. Because since I do have color in my hair, which I already had before I did the treatment, and I told her I only had my color done one time 6 months ago. So she was like, okay, that's not bad as long as you haven't been coloring it a lot, because that can really damage your hair, and then adding the Japanese perm to it will damage it even more. So she was able to do it. She used the strongest strength on the roots, so from here to here, so the virgin hair. And then she used the mild from here to here. So from the color treated part to the ends, she used the mild. And she told me at first, she's like, if you've been coloring it a lot, then I can't guarantee the straightness because I have to use very, very mild. And I said I only colored it once, and she's like, okay, well that's good. So then I will be able to guarantee the straightness. I have not washed my hair as yet because I just got it done yesterday, and I'm gonna wait a week because I do want this to last. And in a week from now, if I'm not happy with the air dried results, I'll have to probably blow dry flat iron. But if I'm gonna have to do that, I do want to at least get a week out of this hairdo. Usually I let my hair stay for 2 weeks when I was natural and I would flat iron it, but she told me to do once a week because she said I have dry hair, and she said that I need to keep some moisture in it, so she wants me to do once a week. That way I'm doing a deep conditioner and I'm getting water in it, and that's a little bit more healthy for my hair. So for the process, when I went in there around 11:30, my appointment was at 11, but she got to me around 11:30. The first thing she did, she went through my hair, asked me a couple questions about, you know, what I expect from my hair, what I want to do, how I'm gonna take care of it and everything like that. And she did give me tips throughout how to take care of it the best way, since I've had natural hair and this is not natural hair, this is relaxed. So she said I do have to take care of it differently. So she first washed my hair. She did part sections and looked at everything. She looked at the top, she looked at the bottom, you know, and she said I had really porous, the bottoms were more porous than the top, so she wanted me to take care of the bottoms more. And then she washed it, and then she did 2 sections. So she did a section in the front and a section in the back. And I have really, really thick hair, which doesn't really look that thick now because it's so straight, which is one of the things that are so awesome about the treatment. But she did 2 sections, and for the she took the first solution and she processed the back. Maybe it took her half an hour or something or more probably to apply it. And then she put the timer on for what felt like about, sorry, my hand is like shaking, what felt like about 5 to 10 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. And then she washed out the back. Then she came back and processed the front. And then she let that process a little bit longer, because I think she parted a smaller section in the front than she did in the back. So the back, she had a bigger section to work with. So by the time she got done processing or applying it to the top part here down, she probably, it took longer, so there was enough time for it to process. So the front, she let me sit a little bit longer. I don't know if also that could be because, you know, the top is what people are gonna see more. I don't really know, but that's how she did. Super nice. She had asked me if I ate when I got there, and I said no. And she's like, well, we're gonna have a lot of time together. So when I was having the top processed, she took me into the back and gave me food, which I thought was really nice of her. And that was about 1 o'clock or something by that point. So yeah, it took a while to get the wash and then get the process going. After she processed it, she did go ahead and wash it out with shampoo and everything. She put some conditioner, and I had to lay there on that little chair, the little hair washing chair. Laid there for a little bit, and she let me lay with some deep conditioner. I think it was deep conditioner, regular conditioner, I'm not sure. And then she washed that out. Then she took me over to the blow dryer and she blow dried my hair, and then she flat ironed my hair. Now the flat ironing process took a very, very long time because she did very, very small sections. Sections probably as big as this. Or yeah, big as this, and then sometimes maybe a little bit longer this way like this, because she had like one of those really big flat irons. So sections like that big. She went over each section so many times, like I actually got nervous that she was gonna burn off my hair, because one of the times, like I started counting, I was like, okay, she's going over these a lot. So I'm like, let me just count it because I feel like it's a lot. One of the times she went over one section 40 times. Not even joking. She put the flat iron on my hair. She went over the roots way more than the bottom, so she went over the roots about 40 times. No, 40 times. Then she flat ironed the end about 7 to 10 times this way. So that was crazy, because normally when I flat iron my own hair, I only do it twice. So she said the reason why she had to do that is because she had to get it as straight as possible, because the second solution that they put on there, you have to basically you're shaping your hair. So you're shaping it the straightest way possible. After she got done flat ironing it, she put another solution on it, which was the one that was shaping it. So she put the solution on it. She put it behind my ears like this. And then I just had to sit still for probably like 20 to 30 minutes maybe. So I had to sit still for like 20 to 30 minutes so that the rest of it can process through my hair. And then after that, she washed it out. Then she put a deep conditioner, and then she put me under a hooded dryer. And I stayed in there probably 15 minutes or so, I think. And then after that, she washed it out. And then she blow dried it. And then she flat ironed, like I said in the beginning of the video, big sections like this. And she ran the flat iron from here down one time in each section. That was really fast. That took less than 15 minutes. And then that was it. And then I was done. Oh, I forgot to mention at some point, I can't remember what point. Yeah, it was after the first set of solution that she did, when she washed my hair out, before she flat ironed it and blow dried it. That's when she trimmed my ends. Yeah. And it was a horrible process sitting there in the chair for that long. I felt like I was gonna die. I have like way too much anxiety to just sit there like that. My heart was pounding. I was like sweating. I was so uncomfortable because you have to keep your head still. They're trying to shape your hair, and they're trying to shape it straight. So you can't like bend over or anything like that that's gonna cause, you know, like a little bend in the hair, because they want it to be completely straight. As you can tell, she curved my ends under a little bit when she flat ironed it. So that's why the ends are curved like that. I personally don't curve my ends. I hate when it's curved. I like when my hair, all of it is just straight. But once I wash it in a week, you know, I'll be able to do my own thing. But when it was wet, it was completely straight. I've never ever seen my hair completely straight wet before. It's always been frizzy or curly or poofy. Even when completely wet, if I used to get a regular relaxer before I went natural, and even if I combed it completely wet all the way around like this, it still would not be straight like this. Like, this is the flattest my hair has ever been, ever. So that was pretty cool. And she did get all the roots and everything looks good. I'm super excited to wash it, just because I want to air dry it just to see, because they say you're supposed to be able to air dry it straight as long as all the product took in all of the hair. So that's my main thing that I want to do, is to be able to air dry it, because I've never ever been able to air dry my hair and it be straight. It's always, if I air dry, it's curly and I have to put a bunch of products in it so that it's not frizzy. And then it would take literally all day to dry. Like, I would go to work, and then 8 o'clock or 5 o'clock or whatever time I get off work, 8 hours later, some section down here in the back would still be wet. Like, if I put my hand in there, it would still be wet. Like, my hair just does not dry easy. Another thing I noticed too, this color was red, and now it's like a brown color. So I think that that solution kind of lightened up my color, turned it into a brown color, because it was red, it was not brown. But I'm okay with it because I actually like this color. This color actually turned out pretty. And also another thing I was kind of worried about too was that I was gonna have to dye my hair back black, which I still might do, I'm not 100% sure. But because it's growing out like this, I was afraid there was gonna be a straight line all the way around. And I figured when my hair gets down, grown out to like here, it's gonna look stupid with a straight line. But it doesn't look like it's gonna do that. It looks like there's little in between parts that are black, so it kind of doesn't give a straight line effect. So I think that might actually work, and I might be able to keep it like that. But anyway, I do recommend the Liscio Japanese treatment if you live in Florida. Clara at Envy Me Hair Salon is very, very good. I'm sure there's other places that you can find too that are closer to you. I've watched, before I did this, I did a lot of research, so that's something that you definitely want to do, is do a lot of research. Everybody has different hair type. Make sure it's something that you really want to do because it is permanent, and once you do it, if you want to go back to curly, you do have to grow your hair completely out. So you have to let it grow. Only part that's going to be curly is your roots, so you have to let your roots grow all the way out and then cut off all of the straight ends because it is not going back straight ever. It's going to stay curly forever. I mean, sorry, it's going to stay straight forever. That's the whole idea, is because it is a permanent hair straightening. We'll never go curly again or wavy. That's what it's supposed to do. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them. Hopefully I did cover everything in this video, but just in case I didn't and you do have a question, I'll be able to get back to you pretty fast and I can tell you anything that you want to know. And thanks for watching.